News 5 told you of the city of Cleveland, how they hired consultant David K. O'Neill to revive the historic West Side Market.
Well, the self-proclaimed market doctor starts next week. He sat down with News 5's Jesse Schultz to talk about what he plans to accomplish during his time here in Cleveland.
The consultant and I talked, but he told me he's going to be doing a whole lot of listening to city leaders, to vendors, and to community members, telling me the only way this historic market will succeed in the future is if everyone is on the same page. If the walls of the West Side Market could talk, they'd have decades of tales to tell. But for the past few years, vendors here feel like they've been saying the same thing.
It just can't go on like this.
Don Whitaker of DW Meat says they've been asking the city of Cleveland to fix ongoing infrastructure, vacancy, and management issues.
All these little problems, but it just comes down to taking care and running the building.
But until the hiring of market consultant David K. O'Neill, Whitaker says those complaints have fallen on deaf ears.
Why the city has to pay them is because they put themselves into this situation, in my opinion.
O'Neill has consulted for more than 200 historic markets.
Markets are feisty. People are spicy in markets. They're independent.
And for the next 6 months, his job is to create a recipe for a successful future.
Trying to merge all of these things, the building, the management, the merchandising, and the operations into some cohesive way forward.
He'll start by meeting with architects and engineers to update the aging infrastructure, observing the flow of the floor and vendors, and finding ways to market the market.
Vacancy is also an opportunity. There are a lot of entrepreneurial pockets in Cleveland that are resources for bringing new business and new customers into the market.
Whitaker says O'Neill is a breath of fresh air.
He seems to know what markets need.
But one he's also not holding his breath for.
We will not be quiet about his findings, and if they don't act on it.
The city of Cleveland did not disclose details of O'Neill's 6-month contract, but back in November, City Council did set aside $137,000 to pay a market consultant. Again, he starts next week. Reporting in Cleveland, Jesse Schultz, News 5.